What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has expressed his concerns about Deontay Wilder's decision to turn down $100 million, which is roughly 79 pounds, or 79 million pounds. And he calls it baffling. And let me tell you what he has to say about it. He's truly baffled by Deontay Wilder's decision to reject a multi-million-pound deal with DAZN, which would have put him on the course for heavyweight title unification. He also says that the WBC heavyweight king didn't accept the offer, though, insisting the deal should have come with a bigger number. Wilder's decision to reject Hearn's offer perplexed many, especially given his desire for a heavyweight division to have one champion, one face, and one name. And he says, Joshua says that wasn't an email from Wilder. It was a real contract offer from a broadcaster offering Wilder the chance to fight on DAZN, AJ said. He said a contract offering him a chance to fight on his own, one warm-up, and then me. And he could have fought me straight away if he wanted. There was that option. It's baffling why he didn't take it after all that talk. He also said, I don't think it's Wilder. I think it's the people around him, the Olympic gold medalist said. It should be spoken of more. I feel I get made an example of. Joshua's ducking and dodging, doing this. But if he does the same thing, I'd rather have the biggest fights now rather than later. I don't know what they are waiting for. That is the words of Anthony Joshua. See, and I couldn't agree more. It's just Anthony has a way of saying certain things in a non-threatening way or a non-derogatory way. But again, you have to be smart enough to know when he's slick capping. This is his way of understanding, like, sensibly. Because he's a sensible person. He's going to talk and take the emotion out of it, instead of saying scared and coward and this, that, and the other. You're going to hear him say things like, well, I don't know why he didn't take it. He talked all that talk. You would think he would want to take the fight. So he claimed he really wanted so badly, and he just put it in simple terms so people can understand without the emotion in it. See, that's how you talk business. It's not how you express yourself mad at the other person, putting the other person down, making the other person feel bad. And after Anthony Joshua has said that, he said, well, hey, I'm made an example of because this wasn't an email. If you notice, he said this wasn't an email, meaning this was a real fucking offer. This was a sit down. This was a negotiation. This was an offer to make a deal. This wasn't an email that was sent from a fighter to a promoter saying, hey, we have $50 million to fight your boy. Tell him to come outside and you got to agree. And then they're like, okay, we're interested. And then you say, no, you got to agree first. That's not a deal. That's not how business is conducted. Okay? You have to show someone the terms of the offer before and then let them decide if a deal can be made. That was not done with this $50 million situation. That's why it's $50 million situation. For those that haven't seen or heard that video that I made, I explained all that. So that's self-explanatory at this point. Okay, for those who follow this channel know this already. It's been debunked. But I'm glad that he did, meaning Joshua did express, hey, here's the difference between what we offered Wilder and what supposedly Wilder offered us. And everyone and their mom, including myself for a minute, I did, was thinking like $50 million, that is a lot of money for one fight. But then you raise the bar and you fucking double it. You double that offer. So, okay, not only that we're gonna give you $50 million, we're gonna give you $50 million times 2. Plus, oh, you want your warm-up because you got to fight Dominique Breazeale. Oh, somebody I already knocked out. Yeah, we're going to give you $20 million for that. That's more than you've made in your whole fucking career, mind you. That $20 million alone, people. So we're going to give you that. And then you turn it down. So Anthony concludes with, oh, well, I don't really know what they're looking for or waiting for. Well, that should tell you. This is the thing with me counterpunching this, okay? Somewhere down the line, someone has convinced Deontay Wilder that, hey, and this is in layman terms, they've convinced him like, dude, your career was in slow motion anyway. It was in retard motion, right? Retard mode. It was going slow like molasses in the wintertime. Okay? Look at all the people that he's fought. He's fought 42 fights, right? So in 42 fights, he's only had 3 credible opponents. 3. What the fuck was he doing in the other, 37? What was he doing? Like, who was he fighting? So they already knew your career was dog shit because we made it what it was. That's why he didn't get the endorsements. That's why he didn't get the notoriety. That's why he didn't get the exposure. That's why no one really took him seriously. That's why he was protected. That's why they didn't want him in there with big guys. Shelly Finkel said it herself, people. We know that already. But they have convinced him and retrained him, right? Reprogrammed his mind, his dome, and put in his mind and drilled in his mind that guess what? You have time. You know why? Because you ain't been doing shit for the last 10 years. So there's no reason to go full force now. Let's wait. That's all they're doing. And Deontay's bought into it. You know? And after all that, Anthony Joshua still don't directly blame Deontay Wilder. But guess what? If it was me, I would. That's my counterpunch, because it's either one, you either got to be dumb enough to believe that somebody that has you, it took you 11 years to get where you're at. If it took you 11 years to get where you at, and you think it's all about you and the things you've done, you got to be out of your freaking mind, okay? You got to be crazy to think that this has nothing to do with the people that was backing me or my team, that it took a fucking 11 years to get undisputed. You know what I mean? You know, and I remember one of those all access dailies. Okay, this is like a new short segment, like 10-minute long. They went back to Deontay at age, is in year 2015. So he was probably about 28 or 29 years old at the time. And they asked him what was his goals, and he said, well, my goals is to be undisputed. But then it's like, your goals was to be undisputed, but you did nothing to do that. No one, you just became a champion, what, about a few years ago? Right? You know what I mean? So it took you that long to fight guys after Vitali retired, then you wanted to show up and fight for that title. You know what I'm saying? Like that, look. The guy was handled in a certain way, and I think when that deal was made, that deal was offered, rather, it made them pump their brakes because they realized, for one, this is a lot of money. And if they have this type of money, they can give us more money. But no way in hell we're going to accept this deal first because we're going to wait to see what else they offer. That's what I think it is. So they threw that monkey in the rich and said, well, how much Anthony Joshua was getting? You know, and mind you guys something, that to top it all off, wasn't the reason that they turned down the $100 million or the $120 million was because they wanted to know what Anthony Joshua was making? Wasn't that the reason? Remember that? Well, why is it the reason now has changed? Now the reason is, the zone is not big enough. Think about it. That wasn't what you said in front of John Skipper when you turned the shit down. Your reason, or primary reason, was Yeah, what is Joshua going to get? What is he going to get? That's the problem. Now, that's not a problem, but it's another problem. See, that's bullshit because that's conflicting. Why should that be a problem now and it wasn't a problem later when you was at the negotiation table? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, you now know what Joshua's making? You know? So I don't get that. So Anthony Joshua is in a situation where, me personally, if it's him, Eddie Hearn, and I know why Eddie Hearn's doing it, but all these guys, give that shit up. Wait it out. You're younger. Your career's fresher. You haven't been injured like Deontay has. You have done a lot more. See, Joshua, he's got reputation for doing big things early. He's in that smart learners program, okay, in school. Deontay's not. He's in fucking special ed. That's the difference, okay? They're trying to slow down Deontay and then save the best for last type of shit. That Al Heyman recipe, right? Whereas Joshua, they're like, hell no, let's do it now. Because I see Joshua, he gets undisputed. He'll fight maybe another 3 or 4 years. He might do that. He might not. And then he's going to retire. I don't see Anthony Joshua boxing for a very long period of time. I don't see him getting 40 fights. He might get by about 30 fights, and he's pretty much done everything. He's made all the money that he needs to make, you know. Like he says, I got enough of that, right? So I don't see him hanging around that much longer. Me, honestly, personally, I don't see him hanging around like that. But it baffles me, and I'm baffled too. But I knew what the deal was, okay? They just put Deontay back in his place. That's why I knew he would fight Brazil. If you guys seen the videos that I've already made about this months ago, like 2 or 3 months ago, I already knew he's going to fight Brazil, people. He's going to fucking fight Brazil. He's not going anywhere. He's not fighting Joshua. He's not doing anything. He's fighting Brazil because he's getting put back in his place. That's where they want him. They want him there because they don't want to risk something that they can profit from, people. That's that. You know, and I'm glad to conclude this video. I'm glad that Anthony Joshua has expressed his opinion about this finally. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things where you got to have a voice. And Anthony Joshua just shows his character. It just really shows his character that I would be more pissed off because that motherfucker has that belt. And because he's in a special ed class, I can't compete with him because his teachers, his people that back him won't allow him to. And that's that. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Anthony Joshua's statements. I'll leave the link below and let you guys check out the article. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.